The moment they enter into the bedroom, they should feel like they've come to a heaven. The moment they get onto a bed, they should get a feel like they immediately get into a different world altogether.
In 2016, Ankit Garg was trying to set up his home as he was getting married. While shopping for mattresses, he noticed that there was a huge gap in the Indian mattress market. While the foam used was not very costly, the retail price was much higher. The reason Garg spotted this was because he had worked at a German multinational which is a key supplier for foam. So he started thinking and researching the market. What he found ended up turning into a multi-million-dollar idea, that is Wakefit. The founders of Wakefit took a cue from Casper, an American mattress company, and they uncovered the secret that led them to disrupt the mattress market. Wakefit's modus operandi was simple, though practically unprecedented in the mattress market. They operated on a D2C model, direct to consumer. That is, they started selling online. So this sales channel cut out the middlemen and led to a huge reduction in the prices for the consumer. For example, in Bengaluru, there were at least 2 levels of middlemen between the brand and the customer, one major dealer and then individual retailers. Since everyone was adding their own margin, customers ended up overpaying by 20 to 45% according to the Wakefit founders. But even the founders could not have estimated that Wakefit would become this popular. Neither did the industry. The founders say that they were initially unable to get investments since investors didn't think that online would become big, especially for something like mattresses, which people like to try out and test before they invest in it. But to address this problem, Wakefit used another game changer, a try for 100 days offer. If people didn't feel comfortable sleeping on the mattress, they could return it and get their money back. They kept coming up with innovative interactive offers. Earlier this year, Seshwati Patel, a Bengaluru investment banker story went viral in which she won 9 lakh rupees for sleeping. Patel was basically part of Wakefit's sleep internship program. Here, the company gave participants premium mattresses and sleep trackers to monitor and improve their sleep patterns. That's pretty much everyone's dream, isn't it? Another thing that worked for them, according to an investor that Mint spoke with, is the fact that when someone is trying out a mattress for the first time on e-commerce, they tend to go for lower pricing. In the initial days, it was basically the cost that gave Wakefit the advantage. The investor also pointed out the startup's uniqueness, the fact that Wakefit actually re-engineered the whole product. They started manufacturing foam mattresses for 4,000 to 5,000 rupees and selling it at 7,000 rupees. This was much cheaper than any other known brand at the time. They explored various materials based on consumer preferences and figured out how different formulations and chemicals can affect airflow and densities. This to try and create optimal comfort for Indian consumers and support the spine better.
I think we are one of those good companies who sincerely believes in that if we have to make a really nice product, it can't be built without good machines, and if we have to make it affordable to the people, it can't be built unless it is scalable as well.
Now, young India's shift to new mattress companies like Wakefit is quite spectacular. Wakefit's revenue has grown 12 times in the last 5 years, and this fast rise is giving a tough competition to legacy players like Kurl-On and Sleepwell. Kurl-On is over 60 years old, but in 2023-24, it generated lower revenue than Wakefit, a company that is less than 10 years old. Wakefit is now India's largest D2C sleep solutions company. In 2022, the company forayed offline, setting up physical stores and going head-to-head with the established players. But keeping up with physical stores is of course expensive, and selling mattresses wasn't going to sustain them. So Wakefit ventured into the furniture market as well, a far bigger opportunity. India's furniture market is currently valued at $24 billion compared to just $2 billion that the mattress market totals. While they service a large number of PIN codes for their bedding offerings like mattresses and pillows, their furniture products are currently available in 30 cities so far. This year, year, they saw a 50% growth in revenue across platforms and a 100% increase in offline retail channels. Now, after beddings and furniture, Wakefit is betting on AI-powered solutions to enter the sleep tech market with Wakefit Zense. They're calling this India's first ever AI-driven sleep ecosystem to help enhance the sleep quality of users and measure it as well. This includes things like smart mattresses which warm or cool the bed on the basis of your sleeping hours. This also includes apps, wearables, rings, and other such products. Continuous innovation is the key to Wakefit surviving a market with so much competition, which has only increased in the last few years as online markets have mushroomed. The founders are aware of this. They say that the way they built this 1,000 crore company was different than how they target building it to 3,000 crore rupees. Just like we disrupted an older industry, someone else can disrupt us, says co-founder Chaitanya Ramalingegowda.
Last version of the shenanigans that we've done. So we were never convinced about going offline. We always thought, everybody warned us that as a 100 crore company, you have to go offline, online will plateau. We broke that. Then everybody said, boss, 300 crore pe to pakka, online will slop, you will have to go offline. 300 crore also we breached. Then they said 500, then they said 800. So we are like, no, we are growing the category, but why should we go offline? Because online is always much, much more streamlined. Yeah. It's more centralized. You can give a better experience to consumer. Growth is non-linear. Yeah. Your inputs can be linear, but growth can be exponential depending on what happens during those months, and you plan seasonality well. So why do we go offline? But at the same time, in the back of minds, we are always paranoid that somewhere online will peter out and we will be left holding the bag. So the experiments that we've done is we've gone to grocery stores and we said, give us shelf space, we want to put up mattresses. They're like laughed at our face. Then, boss, I'll put noodles and atta in this. You want to take this space and put mattress. And do you know how expensive the shelf space is? We said, no. They told us. We said, okay, no problem. In that case, give us ceiling space. So we took up ceilings of grocery stores and said we will hang our mattress miniatures with coupon codes, call to action, everything else. And we paid them 5,000-10,000 rupees rental for the ceiling space. And we would take a carpenter, go drill a hole, put this, and we ran that experiment. Then we tried shop in shop. Then we tried partnering with different companies where we can put up this thing. And finally, we realized that all of those have certain values, have a certain good addition to the company. But the scalable thing only is going to come from owning your own D2C, going back to our roots. Yeah. Which means in all of these places, sure, your presence was there. It was quote unquote offline, but the learning and true relationship of the customer wasn't there. So then we took a call about 18 months ago. We were 0 stores at that point in time. 18 stores ago that we have to open up stores and we have to learn.
After all, Casper, the company that Wakefit took inspiration from, quickly became the darling of the then newly home-conscious millennials after its launch in 2014. They also set up offline stores and were great at branding and marketing. They also expanded to adding products like lamps and sleep tech. However, the entire mattress category in the US has struggled since the pandemic, and Casper's performance has been lackluster. Also, while e-commerce is thriving in India, people do tend to change and buy more of things like clothes and shoes. But a mattress is not something that people invest in or change as often. Whether Wakefit will actually manage to stay a disruptor, only time will tell. Hope you enjoyed this video. For more such content, keep watching Mint.